Welcome, finance professionals. In this video, we're going to help answer the question whether you need top grades to have a top career in the finance industry. Sometimes people do think top grades at a top uni equals big money at a big bank. But is that always the case? I think there's a bit more to it, and in this video, we're going to discuss it a bit further. My name is Economics Ethan, and I have 10 years' experience in the investment banking industry. I've worked at top investment banks such as Goldman Sachs. I've also successfully interviewed at JP Morgan, Citigroup, Credit Suisse, and several other top banks, hedge funds, private equity firms, and so much more. Check out this disclaimer before we get on with the great content. Now, the first thing to consider is when it comes to banks, there tends to be very intense competition. As you can see from the screenshot on your screen, it appears that Goldman Sachs for this particular internship had about a 1.5% acceptance rate, which means out of the 236,000 people that applied, only about 1%, 1 to 2% got a role at the company, right? Got the internship at Goldman Sachs. So you can see there is deeply intense competitions to get jobs at any of the top banks, right? For any of the roles. There'll be thousands of people applying for just one job. And in this case, hundreds of thousands of people applying for an internship. Now, what we can see here is that it's very competitive, right? Recruiters, hiring managers, yes, they do take into account which university you went to, what grades you have. It's not the be all end all, but it is an easy way of filtering people who are successful versus people who are not successful, even though it sounds quite harsh to judge people based on their university. But the truth is, banks do look for top performers at target UK universities, target US universities, and so on. As you can see in the UK, the top universities are called the Russell Group universities. It includes 24 top universities in the UK, such as Cambridge, Oxford, and LSE. In USA, they have a slightly different term. They call it Ivy League University, which is the top 8 universities, such as Harvard, Cornell, and Yale, MIT, and so many other ones you've probably heard before. Now, this is the truth. So, when banks are looking to hire, they do look and focus on these top unis. They think if someone went to a top uni, that means they're highly skilled. That means they'll be able to do the job quite easily. And that isn't always the case because I've worked at top investment banks. And as I say, there are many people there who are just there because they did get into a top school because their parents had the right connections. They went to the top university. They come from quite a wealthy, upper middle class background, but it doesn't mean they're the most skilled or the most talented. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. People come from a top university. It doesn't necessarily reflect that they're good at a job. So it is taken into account, but it's not the be all end all. And we'll go to it in a bit more detail if we move on to point three. Now, point three is telling you how, you don't necessarily need to have top grades from a top university. You could focus on the skills that you offer, right? Ensure your CV explains how your skills can add value with examples from university or other jobs, right? So, for example, let's just say you went to an average university, you have average grades, but you've developed relevant skills. You have good sales skills, maybe from working an internship at a small bank. Maybe you have good analytical and financial analysis skills because even though you went to an average university and you didn't get the highest grades, you actually did some modules on financial modeling and forecasting, which is very relevant to investment banking roles. So as long as your CV can demonstrate the skills you have to offer, this will really help you stand out. And your CV will explain how your skills can add value to the company through various examples such as university or through other jobs. Now, I hope you're finding this video very helpful so far. So if you are, please click like, leave a comment if you have a question, click subscribe, and click the bell to stay notified. And I have tons of additional new free videos to help you in your career. So please take any of these steps. It will help my channel grow. I'll be very grateful. Thank you. Now, let's go through some examples. So, what I want to show you with these examples is how you can demonstrate if you have relevant experience even outside of the finance industry, but you develop relevant skills, transferable skills, this is very good, right? So in this case, we have an individual, let's just say they're a university student. They don't have a lot of experience in the finance industry, but to supplement their income while they're studying, they've done some part time work in Starbucks. Now, we might think Starbucks, what type of person is going to develop banking related skills at Starbucks? But in fact, you can see here from this short description of their work experience, they do have some relevant um, skills that would be transferable to the finance industry. Now, it says here they worked as Starbucks as a barista for about 2 years. They developed a strong rapport with clients. They have strong sales skills. They provided catering for local businesses. They provided routine revenue reviews, which means they're aware of sales and financial analysis. And they looked at local marketing and sales, right? As they mentioned here, with these local businesses and developing a good rapport with those clients. So, how does this convert into a good skill set for finance and the finance industry? Well, it shows they have good client communication skills, working with these local businesses at the events. It shows that they have general good sales skills. They have good ability to conduct internal reviews. Any top finance company will have some sort of function, whether that's an audit function or a risk management function. So they need to be able to review their own internal revenue. And this is an individual who worked at Starbucks but does have those skills. And also, when it comes to marketing, you can see that they are reviewing how is their local Starbucks performing. How effective is their marketing? Could they improve their advertising? Could they engage more with local community? Maybe offer Starbucks at discounted prices to local community events? Do they attend local business events regularly? Maybe offer discounts there, or collaborate with local small businesses to help Starbucks be, consumed more by the local community. So it's very interesting how you can have a completely different set of experience, but make it relevant to the finance industry. Now, in terms of example two, this is someone who worked at Amazon in the warehouse doing all the packaging for all the goods we receive from Amazon. So they worked there for about 2 years, and let's see what it says on their CV. They participated in the budgeting process for the warehouse operating costs and provided potential improvements to the supply chain logistics due to current issues with sourcing raw materials. They provided quarterly summary presentations to management on their regional efficiency metrics. So, what are the skills here? They've got budget management skills relevant to finance. They can analyze costs, particularly when they have issues around sourcing raw materials as part of the supply chain. So they can analyze costs, they can project revenue, they can see how can they improve their processes when they're producing some of these regional efficiency metrics. They understand at some level the commodities market. So when they talk about raw materials, most likely that could be the packaging they use when it comes to, the cardboard packages we get all our Amazon deliveries in. They analyzed this. They thought about, okay, the supply chain is getting quite tight when it comes to getting the cardboard packaging. How is this impacted by the raw material industry? And that's a good example of understanding at a very high level the commodities market and the ability to source resources. And then they can produce business presentations and summarize quite complicated information in a simple way for management through the management information presentations they mention here. So this is a lot of relevant skills to finance. And particularly if you're more junior in the career, you don't have to worry about working at the top bank to go and work at another top bank. You just need to simply show you have skills that are transferable to the role, even if you develop those skills outside the finance industry. Now, I just want you to have a look at this, which is my CV and resume masterclass, where I go through all these topics about writing CVs, over 50 examples that will really help you go through step by step how to write a CV, how to learn from over 50 examples across the finance industry, top CVs for investment banking, sales and trading, hedge funds, asset management, and so much more. And I highly recommend you check the masterclass out. There's a link in the description, and it'll help you boost your CV, boost your career prospects, and boost the salary you can earn. Professional writing, I offer a professional writing service. I'd write your CV, LinkedIn profile, or cover letter. In terms of career advice, I offer one-on-one career advice to help you plan your career, develop relevant skills, and overcome any career challenges. I also offer a free discovery call, which is a free 15-minute call where I'll talk to you about any of your career concerns and help you improve and enhance your career capabilities through whether it's, like I say, skill development, letting you know about my courses or services. We can talk through any issue you have. We have a 15-minute call and we can get started with our communication there. So all the links are in the description. And in the meantime, you can check out any of these playlists on your screen for more free, helpful career advice. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video.